Black Alpha Network. Home of Black excellence. Power to the people.
Everything, every idea, every so-called religion was meant to dominate and to control. The Arabs had no illusions about it. The Europeans had no illusions about it. You were the ones with the illusions. Why is it that you are so naive? You let people redress something that you invented, sell it back to you, and enslave you through it. Who are you kidding about friends in the world? Damn it, if you want a friend, look in the mirror.
Wake up, get up. Peace and love certifieds. Welcome to the Black Alpha Network. Hey, if you happy to be alive, if you proud to be black, and you love being a foundational black American, then please salute yourself. I know I am, and I know you will as well. Today's episode, no new friends. Targets, tethers, trolls, distractors, anybody off code, coons, sambos, bootlickers, the whole list. The usual suspects, the typical cast of characters that we go after every single time, the ones we run up off the block. But before we get on them and before we execute that, let's talk about B&B1. B&B1 is a beautiful thing. B&B1 is exclusive, it's exquisite, it's exceptional, and we are all living proof of it. You know, I always say, sometimes you just gotta celebrate yourself. Sometimes you gotta stop what you're doing, look at what you've achieved, look at what you've been through, look what you survived or persevered during, and you gotta salute your own accomplishments. Ain't nothing wrong with it. You're gonna live in a whole damn world full of billions of people who gonna tell you how bad things are, who gonna tell you how you shouldn't feel good about yourself, who gonna tell you that everything you're doing is wrong and do it this way or go over there. No. They only tell you that because they're insecure and they don't want you to be strong. The person who tells you not to love yourself is the person who's afraid that when you do love yourself, you're going to match them and you're going to surpass them. So the best means of handling that is to love yourself, love your family, love your team, love being black, love being a black American. And ladies and gentlemen, I love all of y'all. And this one right here, today's episode, as well as the last one and the ones coming after, this goes out to all of my brothers, sisters, kings, queens, the goddess, and the gods. And can't nobody fuck with y'all. Bet that, know that, let's get to work. Damn, that intro got me turned up. I'm ready to start regulating. But we're gonna talk about no new friends. We're gonna talk about having everything you already need. I always say this, foundational black Americans, we got all the troops we need. We got all the soldiers we need. We got all the intellects. We got all the strong, goodwill people. We don't have to go searching. This thing where we're always trying to find new recruits, you ain't gotta find no new recruits. Baby, everything you got is right here at home. Don't go searching. Don't go looking. If you need a real one, you got a real one right next to you. If you need a strong one, you got a strong one right next to you. And also, you have a real one and a strong one within yourself. So when you go and you start looking for things that you already have, you're wasting time and you're wasting energy. And we all know we don't have time or energy to waste. B1s, we are on a mission. Foundational black Americans on a mission. Certified black society, we are on a mission. And can't nothing stop us because we are on code. And the first step to getting on code is already knowing what you have. Understanding what you're working with. Understanding your strong points. Understanding who's with you, who's beside you. And I said I got all my brothers and sisters right here. Straight up and down. You know we move as a unit. We move as a family. If all can't come, ain't nobody coming. And when you deal with us, you got to deal with the whole team. That's how we get down and that's how we operate. A lot of black folks are out here always trying to find something new. Trying to find somebody on their team. Trying to find some support. Trying to find some assistance. Trying to be superhero to somebody. Nah, You want to save somebody, save yourself. And like I said, and I've said this consistently and I will continue to say it. I have too many beautiful B1 foundational black Americans right here to worry about anybody else. So AKA no new friends. You want me to come to your rally? Nope, no new friends. Come to your march? Nope, no new friends. Protest? Nope, no new friends. Want me to hold up a sign for you? Nope, no new friends. Ain't happening. See, I don't run around having friends. I got family. Everybody else is just there. What black folks say? Y'all know how we say. We say we got family, friends, or associates. And an associate and a friend, they get put in one box, and your family stands right next to you through thick and thin, no matter what happens. If you don't love somebody enough to call them your family, then you don't need to be breaking your back to a system. A friend is cool. I got friends. I got associates too. I say hello, you go your way, I go my way. But my family, every time you call, I'm there for you. No matter what you need, dog, I got you. You feel me? My sister's my family, my brother's my family, my cousin my family, my aunt, my uncle, my B1 cousins. We all family. A friend, you know, it's cool. What's up? What you need? That's it. And the problem is when it comes to FBA, everybody wants to be friends with us when it's convenient to them. It's a fake friendship. It's a one-sided friendship. Look at how many groups Black Americans are always forced to be in where they're one-sided. I'll give you one right now, Pan-Africanism, one-way road. The Black and Brown coalition doesn't even exist except for in the mind of coons. Coons really think there's a Black and Brown coalition. Can't tell you where they meet up at, where's the headquarters, where the members are, who are the members, where they come from. They literally can't point to anything. Because Black folks be in a bunch of groups that are invisible. How are you in a group that don't exist? These groups only exist in their brains. These affiliations only exist in their brains. I remember Jason Black said it one time. Jason Black said they playing that game by themselves. You ever look outside and you see the one kid who's just playing by himself, shooting basketball at the air, throwing football passes and nobody? That's how Black folks be. They playing the game all amongst themselves. While all the other kids are out there playing the game and they throwing the ball back and forth and the frisbee and soccer, the other kid is way over there in the corner by himself just playing with his imaginary friend. Black folks are out here having imaginary friends. They literally have political imaginary friends, social imaginary friends, public imaginary friends. Black folks are out here being racially catfished. Gosh damn, racially catfished. Now, that's a good one. And that's what happens. They're over there talking to themselves. They literally are talking to themselves. Ain't nobody talking to them. And the fact that you can operate under that much delusion is startling. But is it surprising? No. Because they have a buddy complex. Yes. And everyone knows that you can always exploit the buddy complex and these coons and these bootlickers. There's everyone. You could just walk up to them, pretend to be friends, and they will bend over backwards to accommodate you. That's how it is. Black folks are always being exploited through fake means of relationships, through fake means of affiliations. We all see it every time. Us certifieds, we remove ourselves from that. Us certifieds, we see the game. We know how it go. We ain't trying to be friends no motherfucking how. So we can understand how it operates. But the rest of these folks out here, no. They love friends more than they love thyself. That's the slave mentality. That's that Stockholm syndrome. You know what I mean? And this operates, and this is a very fluid situation that occurs typically in a bootlicker, typically in a coon, a smut, or all the above. We know it. We see how many times Black folks on TV marching for somebody that don't march for them. Black folks are out here protesting with somebody that does not protest for them. Black folks have relationships in their heads. That's only where it's at, because it don't exist in real life. But they'll have a fake imaginary friend relationship with a group that actually is anti-Black. How do you have an affiliation or an affection for someone who is anti-Black? And these people who are anti-Black have never shown you any type of evidence that they even support you. Matter of fact, they've done the contrary. We've seen groups come out and openly say they're anti-Black, and Black folks will still start caping for them. Super Sambo. They'll put on that Super Sambo cape. They'll go fly and swoop off a roof, go into the phone booth, change out, and come back on some superhero shit. But they do it for nothing. Why? It's because your group does not exist. Black and Brown coalition has never existed at all. Ain't coming. Pan-Africanism. That's a one-way road. You the one out here putting on the dashiki talking about that's my brother. And your brother don't feel that you are his brother. Only when it's convenient to him. Now, if you get some money, he'll be your brother until that check clear. Yeah, oh yeah. The Black and Brown coalition, oh, they'll claim that they're down with you all day long until them policies come through and they take what belongs to you. Everything that you fight for, oh, they'll come and get that quick. But they're not ever gonna ride for you when it comes to your own well-being. And that goes back to what I was saying previously about friends, associates, and family. An associate, yeah, they'll be cool with you and they're gonna walk right the fuck away. A friend, yeah, they'll be cool with you. But then eventually if they get mad or upset, they'll block your number, won't talk to you no more. A family member, a real one, not somebody who's family by name, And remember, sometimes the best family is the family that you create. But your family's gonna have your back. Your family gonna ride with you no matter what. That's unconditional. And I'm not talking about family through label. I'm talking about family through love. Like how we ride for FBAs, we ride for certified blacks, and we ride for B1s. That's love. Nobody forced us to do that. We did that because we want to. We're here because we want to be here. That's the type of love that is unwavering, and that's the type of love that is unconditional, and that's the type of love we have for each other. So examine the love that we have for each other and compare it to the love that people do not have for us. You see the difference? That's why you have no new friends. That's why you stay B1 first, and everything else will be sorted out. Sorted out easy. You don't have to dissect, and you don't have to get into all the details to know who got your back. People who have your back will present themselves. You don't have to guess and wonder. Anytime you have to guess and wonder, is that person gonna have your back? That person ain't got you. There's your answer right then and there. If you gotta guess and you gotta think hard or hope and wish, is somebody gonna come save you? Then them folks ain't gonna come and save you, and you shouldn't want nobody to come save you any goddamn way. You feel me? All the real ones have already shown themselves. All the fake ones have already shown themselves. Remember this one thing. This is really to get right here. And I'm gonna say it like this. Good people show themselves just as quick as bad people expose themselves if you're looking. Somebody who's not down for you will expose themselves quickly, and someone who is down for you will show their heart for you just as quickly. It's on you to decipher who's the good one and who's the bad one. And black folks have this thing where the ones who really got their back, they like to fight them. They like to snap at them. I mean, look at it. How many times do we do something for the black community or we're trying to advance our people and the coons get upset with us? And then how many times is somebody openly anti-black or exhibited anti-black behavior or subscribed to the system of supremacy and black folks still cape for them? So you're over here caping for the guy who don't like you, but you giving a hard time to your fellow black person who got your back. And that is the definition of a COON. And we done all seen it and we see it all the time. Black folks, certifieds, we catch just as much smoke from coons as we catch from the dominant society because they're one and the same. One and the same. You got to look at a coon the same way you look at the dominant society. Do not separate them. I see folks saying, well, you know, he gonna wake up one day and one day he'll turn it all around. Nah, fuck that. The same way we make a conscious decision to ride for ours, they've made a conscious decision to ride for the dominant society. And once that line has been put in the sand, we gonna create that separation and we gonna throw their ass right the fuck over there. And that's how we gotta operate, and that's how we do operate. See, because we ain't friendly. We ain't friendly. You ever notice that whenever it's a member of the dominant society, oh, they will cape for that hard. They will do everything in their power to help out another group. Let it be a group that ain't black. They will get in a train and go cross country to help them. They will board a flight and go across the planet to help them. It'd be a black person right there in their backyard and they don't say shit. They don't say nothing. You'll see them. Look at our politicians. Done had sit-ins and lay-ins on the damn Capitol Hill floor for groups that ain't black. Black folks out here getting harmed every single day on camera and they ain't do shit. Let another group be even made fun of. It ain't even got to be with action. We can sit there and be harmed physically. Nobody says a word. Another group will just get called a bad word and they want to have a whole goddamn committee and have 30 black politicians laying down on the ground. Y'all seen it. Remember all them damn sit-ins they was having? They ain't never had no sit-ins, not even the 1960s sit-ins. John Lewis was having sit-ins about all those other groups. John Lewis ain't had a sit-in for a black person at all. And they was doing it so they could push legislation so those other groups get federal hate crime protections. Have you ever seen them do any of that for black folks? No, they just gonna lock arms and sing when it come to us. But everybody else is, hey, how can we help? We'll do anything. We will lock arms, we'll go down to the border. Black folks out here getting arrested. How many politicians do you know from other communities who still get arrested? Only group you see that go out and get arrested and have these fake arrests, by the way, where they're always looking at the camera and they winking at the camera. It's all for show, it's smoke and mirrors. But you notice they never do that for any of our people. Never. It's always voter rights, border rights, immigrant rights. They'll go get arrested quick for that and say, this is about freedom and justice. Take me away. This is Martin Luther King's dream realized. Or they'll have a sit-in and lay down on the ground and say, we won't leave until we get this law passed that helps everybody but black folks. You see all that energy they have for other groups, but they don't never have it for us. Not at all. Check this out, and I have to say this. There is a video I did. It's called Riding for Micaiah. It's about little Micaiah Bryant from Ohio. She was harmed by a race soldier, and just this week, they came out and said that they're not going to charge the race soldier as expected. But that's not the point that I'm conveying. The point that I'm conveying is, have you seen any lay-ins for her? Have you seen any protests? You seen anybody going to have a mock arrest? You seen that? Nah. They too busy fighting for the Ukraine. You see, black politicians right now are trying to tell black folks that we need to support the Ukraine, trying to give us a lecture about supporting the anti-black Ukrainians. But nobody's out here supporting Micaiah Bryant, who's unjustly harmed. And speaking of that, if you listen to my video, check it out, it's real good. You got a lot of black folks when that happens saying, well, she deserves to do better and listens, caping for somebody else. Buddy complex. And that's all you got to do with these typical clowns. All you got to do is wave at them, wink at them, say hello to them, say something nice to them, flatter them up a little bit, and they'll forgive 200 years, 300 years, 400 years. They'll forgive slavery, Jim Crow, black codes. It doesn't matter. It's that simple when somebody got a buddy complex. And like we said before, the whole world knows that you can always come and exploit these low budget counterfeit Negroes. It's easy. People from other countries that ain't got running water, no, all they got to do is say hello to some of these black folks, and these black folks say, hallelujah, I forgive you, for no reason. I mean, think about it. Ben Crump is literally a millionaire making money. He's made a fortune off of black folks' forgiveness. If a man can make millions of dollars because he's getting paychecks based upon people's children getting harmed, they're out here forgiving people harming their kids. So you know they're going to have a lot of love, a lot of lust, a lot of affection for people in other areas as well. And this is one of them. That's where the buddy complex comes into play. And think about this. What did any of these other groups do to get that much support from black people? What they do? They ain't never did nothing to earn it. Now, when it comes to another black person, you got to bend over backwards to get them to accept you. You got to show them everything, your birth certificate, your name, where you're from, your social security number, and they'll still be like, I ain't sure about you. Are you sure? Are you lying? Let somebody from the dominant society come around and they ain't got to do none of that. They get the damn red carpet treatment, walk right in the door. People be high-fiving them. If you look at the things that you have to do with some of these counterfeits to get them to understand you, I mean, you can present facts. We presented facts about Joe Biden. They didn't believe it. We presented facts about Hillary Clinton. They didn't believe it. Bill Clinton didn't believe it. Barack Obama didn't believe it. Kamala Harris didn't believe it. We literally present facts about supremacy, and they still be like, man, I ain't sure about that. That ain't true. Cognitive dissonance. They stay in the state of that. But when it comes to the dominant society, they get granted everything. I got to quote a great person I know. Her name is Shonda Love. All right, I've quoted her before and I'm going to quote her one more time. She said, if you look at the history of the dominant society, all they ever did was just showed up and got free shit. Straight up, the Indians gave them free shit. Africans give them free shit. The Democratic Party give them free shit. It don't matter. Everywhere they went, they just stepped on shore and people handed them free shit. They ain't have to work for nothing. Now us, man, we got to jump through fucking rings of fire. We got to walk on tight ropes like we at the goddamn circus. The dominant society shows up with their hands out, motherfucker just give it to them. That's the one group who ain't got to earn nothing. Ain't got to earn nothing. People just hand it to them all across the fucking world because that's a buddy complex being exploited, that slave mentality, and that is nothing more than a Stockholm syndrome. Point motherfucking blank. The term is incredulity. That means the will to not want to believe. And they don't want to believe, so they just check themselves in and out of reality. They cover their fucking ears, cover their eyes, put the fucking blanket over their head and say, the dominant society ain't bad. They're not bad. That's y'all woke black folks. That's y'all hoteps. Look at all the terms they have for black people who speak the truth. And look at all the excuses they have for the dominant society that lies straight to their fucking face. But let it be somebody who's real and certified, and look how they come at us. Look how they come at Tariq Nasheed. Where that money at, Tariq? Where the museum at, Tariq? Where the book at, Tariq? That's all they do. They come at people who talking that real shit, but they don't say none of that to the dominant society. We sit here and say, motherfucker, where the tangibles that you say you wanted? Where the resources? Where the things that the president is supposed to do for people who vote for him? Y'all talking about where's Tariq Nasheed's museum and where's Tariq Nasheed's new book or whatever, but you ain't got no smoke for Joe Biden, who ain't give you one law, ain't give you one policy. You worried about a book in a museum. You need to be worried about the fucking policies that you voted for, that you sat 3 hours out in the fucking rain to vote for a motherfucker that can't even address your community by name. Come on now. That's all fucking twisted. That's all twisted. That ain't nothing but a buddy complex, and that's why us certifieds, we say no new friends. Point fucking blank. Nah, all the old ones, gone. It don't matter. Whatever you thinking, if you ain't down for certified black society with action, then you can't be around us, you can't hang around us, you can't come around us. That's how the fucking game go. That's how I go. And that go for the other groups too, because it ain't just the dominant society. It's all these other groups who benefit off black people out here suffering and black people out here struggling. They all do it because when the dominant society do it, they all fall in line. They all fall in line. And like we were saying, name me one thing that any of these people have ever done to advance foundational black American plight. Name me one. I mean, motherfuckers getting love, they're getting red carpet, they're getting gifts and presents. You would think that they've actually done something reciprocal for us. Name me one reciprocal action that they've ever presented for foundational black Americans. Come on now, what law have they helped us get passed? What tangible have they helped us get passed? We done helped them get everything. Everything they have is because of foundational black Americans. We put more laws on the books for other groups than they put on the books for their damn self. Man, hold up. Whoa. I'm getting turned up, baby. I'm getting turned up. Hey, subscribe to the channel, B1 Certified for life. Yes, indeed. Hit them notifications, smash that like button. Appreciate it. Now, with that said, let me slow this motherfucker down a bit. I said, we've put more laws on the books for other groups than they've put on the books for themselves. And anything that foundational black Americans get made, foundational black Americans are the ones who done it. Anything that they get made, we did it for them. You see the difference? You see the difference? And they hate B1 because we ain't friendly. We ain't friendly. I'm a proud non-friendly person. I'm gonna say that right now. Yup. Straight up and down. I'm the most proud B1 non-friendly person you ever gonna meet. If you ain't B1 FBA, I don't know you. I can't do nothing for you. I'm gonna walk right around your ass. Don't come to me. Tell you what, check this out. I was in Tennessee, I want to say. No, matter of fact, it was in Kentucky. Because I was driving from Georgia all the way to Ohio, the great state of Ohio, the great state of Georgia. And I stopped to get some gas. I had my pit bull with me. And we stopped and I took my dog for a walk, got back in the car, pumped the gas, and I was about to leave. And this Karen from the dominant society, y'all gotta hear this story. This Karen from the dominant society, she's running around all in fake distress. Y'all know all that damsel in distress shit, trying to put on them fake tears, the same shit they do on the damn stand, the same thing they do in the courtroom after they done harm somebody and they pull out them fake crocodile tears. She runs up to my car and she's knocking on the window saying, I ran out of gas, coming from wherever the fuck she was coming from, probably from a Klan rally. Anyway, she's like, I ran out of gas. She's like, can you please loan me some money? Let me tell you, y'all wanna know what I said? Y'all wanna know? Hey, y'all know, this is Black Alpha Network. We unapologetic, we don't give a fuck. I'm gonna tell you what I said. I told her, all lives matter, right? Right? I said, well, all lives matter, then all lives can pump their own fucking gas too. Boom, hit the fucking pedal and rolled out. Me and my motherfucking dog. Dropped the motherfucking top and just straight hit I-95. No new friends. No new friends. That's it. I ain't got no energy for outsiders because I got too many great insiders. You feel me? I'm too busy being black. If you ever want to know an example of I'm too busy being black, that was it right there. That was it. I looked in the goddamn rear view mirror and I just seen her in the back, just sitting there looking at me like, what the fuck? Because she's used to that buddy complex shit and she ain't get it over here. She's used to pulling out them W Karen tears and motherfuckers just bending over backwards to accommodate. Wasn't none of that. Shit, only thing I did was hit the goddamn pedal, grab my motherfucking bag of Doritos I got from the gas station and kept it rolling. I flicked it and I forgot about that shit till I got home. I got all the way back home and then I remember. I was like, damn, I did do that shit, didn't I? B1. And that's how you got to do it, and that's how you got to stay on it. No new friends. No new friends. B1 all day. I ain't friendly. I ain't friendly. Too many black folks running around here too friendly, diddly, windly. Not me, because I say this all the time. I ain't never yet in my life, and I guarantee y'all gonna feel me, I've never yet in my life opened my front door, walked to the mailbox, opened it up, and received a check for being nice. I ain't never got a check for that. I ain't never got a check for being somebody's friend. So if that's the case, then I'm gonna stay fucking B1 and I'm gonna ride with my family. How about that? It's like my man said. He said, we can work at McDonald's. You can work on the fries and I can work on the milkshake. We'll clock in, clock out, and when we clock out, you can go that fucking way and I'm gonna go this fucking way. And I ain't gotta say hi to you, I ain't gotta know you in the street. We can go to the grocery store and I'll walk right by you. Straight to the frozen food section. I don't know you. B1s, I bang with who I came with. That's it. The people I stepped in here with is the people that I'm gonna ride with to the end. Anybody other than that, they on the no friends list, point blank. And that's how you gotta do it. That's the difference between friends, associates, and family. And that's the difference between bootlicks, counterfeits, and certifieds. And ladies and gentlemen, we are all certified. Speaking of all that, no new friends, I know y'all seen that Jussie Smollett situation. Man. Now, Jussie Smollett and that other girl from the WNBA, they're affiliated with another group, Rainbows, and as soon as they got problems, have y'all seen anybody from those groups come to help them? Have y'all seen one person come and advocate for them? Stick up for them? No. Matter of fact, Jussie Smollett, he tried to turn around and say, it's happening because I'm black. Nah, remember? You was a whole lot of colors put together and it wasn't black. Don't do that. Don't do that. We ain't having none of that. We're not gonna be this over here all day long and then try to jump back to black and play that. Nah, And the other girl, she's stuck over there in Russia and I ain't seen nobody from that group come to help her. Nope. I ain't seen them even make a statement. Same with Jesse. I ain't seen nobody make no statement for him. They ain't standing in no solidarity with him. I thought it was cool. I thought y'all was friends. I thought that's the group that people identified with. If you identify with this group, does that group identify with you? Nope. It's the same play. You run around all day long trying to be everything other than black. You're identifying with every other group and every other movement. And then when you run into a problem, you want to jump back over here. Nah, you can keep your ass over there, homie. All of you. And that's the consistent play you see. OJ Simpson, remember OJ was running around here talking about, I'm not black, I'm OJ. His ass got jammed up and they threw him over the fence. Tiger Woods was running around here talking about, I'm not black, I'm Asian. He ran into a problem, they threw his ass over the fence. They can get mad at us all day long when we say B1 no new friends, but they better start fucking listening. If they knew better, they do better. We ain't making this up. They're the ones who always run into the problems. We sit here all day long and say the only people who got your back is black folks. They get mad at us and then what ends up happening? Find out we was right in the long run anyway. So hey, when they fall flat on their face, I ain't throwing out no life preservers. Well, I guess their ass going down there because it ain't our job to save them. Not at all. If you affiliate with something outside of your own, then I hope that group outside of your own help you, because we ain't. That's how you got to handle it. We got to be careful because Jesse might like where he going. They might say, all right, man, you're free now. Your time's up. He might say, no, I'm just going to stay here. So no new friends ain't happening no way. You can go down the list. Pan-Africanism, one-way street, black and brown don't exist. POCs don't exist. All black folks are doing is getting racially catfished, like we said. The Democratic Party, you're not a part of that. Think about it. If you're a part of the Democratic Party, then how come you got to still go march for your rights? Kamala Harris just said, we're going to continue to march and we're going to continue to fight for justice. Everybody else stops marching when they get the votes. That's what I thought. I thought that's why you voted. You voted so you didn't have to march. You voted so you didn't have to rally. Black folks are the only people that can vote at 90+% for a party that has dominant control over the whole system, and you still gotta rely on marches. Damn. Sound like somebody being racially catfished, y'all. Straight up and down. That's why they hate us. They hate us because we don't have to do none of that. We don't have to sit there and kiss nobody's ass. We ain't gotta sit there and be nice to nobody. We ain't gotta sit there and play. We can say what we want, do what we want, speak it how it is, speak it how we feel, and motherfuckers hate that truth. They hate it. What Muhammad Ali said, he said the truth is eternal, and you cannot break that for no one. And the fact is that we wake up every day and we stay true to ourselves. We wake up every day and we stay true to our kind, we stay true to our people, our community, our tribe, and they cannot do that. And that builds resentment, that builds jealousy. It all goes back to jealousy. Jealousy is a motherfucker, and that's what they are. I mean, think about it. If you a coon and you got to sit there and sell your whole life for butter biscuits, you got to go chasing somebody, you got to go appease somebody, and then you look out the window and you see certifieds living it up, doing what we want to do, walking with that step. Fuck yeah, they're going to be mad. Fuck yeah, they're going to be mad. And like we always say, they're going to be some mad motherfuckers and they're going to stay that way because we ain't changing for nothing. Now, speaking of that, let's get to something else. This is another game that they like to play. All these phony little groups out here. Did y'all see that Puerto Rican dude rapping? Tell me y'all seen that. Tell me y'all saw that Puerto Rican dude sitting there trying to wrap us away from reparations, trying to wrap us away from tangibles, trying to wrap us away from resources, trying to wrap us away from doing for ourselves. Did y'all see that shit? This motherfucker rapped a song to us. This is how low they will stoop to get black folks to stay away from reparations. They do not want us to have reparations so bad. They're sending out these sucker MCs. Yes, sucker MCs. We're taking it back to the 80s. Yes, they sending out these sucker MCs on the internet to rap songs to us. I mean, damn, rapping. Check this out. The dude is sitting there trying to act like he's an ally while he's telling us don't get money. The whole basis of his little fake rap was telling black folks, don't do for yourself and stay away from the money, please. Y'all don't really want money, but we could be friends though. This is the trickery that they'll go to. No motherfucking shame, spineless. I mean, this motherfucker in there talking about something. I can be your friend and we can stand tall, but don't ask for no money. I'll be cool with y'all. Don't listen to Tariq because all he do is hate. Please don't ask for reparations because it ain't about race. Man, get the fuck out of here. That lame ass shit. Hey, that's the lamest shit ever. I never in my life thought I'd see the wackest rapper of all time. And I actually seen it. I actually fucking seen it. And there's some whack motherfucking rappers out there. You got rappers that can't even speak English. Motherfuckers that mumble. Look like they ass read on the second grade level. And they better than this motherfucker. Matter of fact, listen.
Real revolutionary, let this be a demonstration. Y'all scared of revolution, so y'all pushing reparations. Fuck the oppressors, man, we gotta take this shit back. Cause no amount of money they give you could bring your folks back. I'm really trying to open your mind, just give me time. If you stop trying to judge me, you see we on the same side. We should be in them pyramids or chilling on the beach. But instead y'all being misled by this lame Tariq. Look, racism and hatred is all he teach. He make money from y'all, and so his life's complete.
What the fuck? Man, get the fuck out of here with that weak ass shit. And you notice how he name dropped all our ancestors. He tossed up a few black power signs. He talked about Egypt. This is how skilled of a snake these motherfuckers are. They literally study how to prevent black folks from rising up. This is what it is. We live rent free in these motherfuckers' heads. This motherfucker had to take to the internet and write a rap about black folks. A whack ass rap. Just to tell us not to get the money. Because remember what I said. All these other groups, they ain't got no problem with reparations. They got a problem with reparations that don't include them. If they came out right now and said these motherfuckers can get some of our reparations, they be out here supporting it. As long as they can get the majority of it and leave us with about 5 pennies, because that's what they've always done historically. They make laws for black folks, then we got to share them with everybody and we left for crumbs. And they want to do the same thing with reparations. Go ahead, pass a reparations check. We'll take 90% of it and black folks to get 10. Really, they want the whole 100. They're basically saying, if we can't get FBA reparations, then nobody can. So these motherfuckers is coming up with these whack ass raps. Fuck that dude. That motherfucker is lame as fuck. Lame as fuck. And I bet you any amount of money, this dude studied everything we like just to get our attention and just to throw it in there. But we ain't got to talk about it. We gonna be about it. We cash race prestige right here on the Black Alpha Network. Let's hear it from their own mouths. This is it. This ain't no secret. They can try to hide it all they want. We know, we heard, we seen, we saw all the bullshit they say about us. I don't give a fuck if they get on TV and talk all this friendly shit. I don't give a fuck if they get on TV and talk all this kumbaya shit. We all know that we all we got. No new friend season is in full effect. So I'm gonna play you some clips. I want you to hear this right now. This is the same shit you've been hearing your whole life. This is the same shit B1's been talking about for years. These are the people who want our reparations. And remember how I said they don't mind reparations as long as they can get them? Listen to this guy right here trying to make excuses why other groups should get our reparations.
Would be very few black families at the very top of society, because 600,000 is not going to get you up into the 1% or anything like that.
And by the way, as a side note, the Latino wealth is very similar to black wealth, right? Like it's
almost
fairly
identical.
You hear that shit? I mean, isn't our poverty rate the same? Aren't we just as poor? Any other time they run around here talking about how poor black people is. Now they want to say, well, we poor just like you. They'll say anything to get our money. All of a sudden, the same things that they say about foundational black Americans, they'll include themselves in it. They'll include themselves in it real quick. Well, we're poor too. We're bad too. We don't have money neither. Any other time it's, well, we've got more money than those blacks. We got more wealth than black people. And then when it's reparations time, it's no, we all the same. We got the same amount of poverty. Yep, we poor. Look, my door don't open. Look, my house ain't clean. They'll say any fucking thing. I'm telling you, these people will go to any lengths to include themselves with us as long as that means they can get our money. Listen to this guy right here. He's spewing the same anti-black racism. Here's another fake ally.
Yeah, let's get this straight. I don't give a fuck, okay? I don't give a fuck that I'm benefiting off the slavery or whatever the fuck. I really don't give a shit. I don't owe black people any fucking money. You see, I'm fucking indigenous, and also I'm mestizo, which makes me Spaniard as well. So yeah, slavery was a big problem. Doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't fucking matter anymore. You see, we don't owe you anything, especially the indigenous peoples of this land, okay? I don't care what kind of benefits that society has garnered in respects to individuals being enslaved. I really don't give a shit. You don't deserve any kind of reparations. Period. Done. End of story. The only thing that you deserve is your paycheck when you go to work.
You see that? Now you see his tactic was saying, well, I'm indigenous. First off, no. Foundational black Americans are indigenous. Key the word foundational. All those other groups were imports who came in after we were here. We were here for thousands of years before anybody showed up. And then when it comes to building the United States of America, we were really indigenous people. That's why Dr. Claus says Native Black American. That's why Tariq Nasheed says Foundational Black American. And that's why other people say Indigenous Black American. So now what they want to do is include themselves in an indigenous class. You feel where I'm coming from? Now you notice how the last guy was trying to include himself in our poverty rates. Now this guy's trying to include himself in our lineage, in our heritage. This is what happens when you start talking reparations. Everybody tries to infuse themselves into your culture. Any other time, they stand way the fuck across the street. Where's all this infusion when it comes to rioting and protesting? When it comes to fighting the system of supremacy? They don't stand with us then. When it comes to fighting supremacy, they stand away from us. When it comes to freedom, they stand away from us. Justice, stand away from us. Liberation, stand away from us. Reparations, they throw their arm around us. Fake ally, fake friends, we don't want them. And y'all remember this? Let me say this too. Let me say this. Because if you let people slip, they'll say things they don't really ever want to say loud, but then they'll fuck around and get supremacist Tourette syndrome. Do y'all remember when George Lopez had that little spat with that black woman in the audience? And he said that racial joke, and that sister got upset? Then all of a sudden his balls got big and he was saying, sit down, shut up, bitch. I don't give a damn, motherfucker. He started getting real tough. First off, he says a joke around a crowd of non-black people, and they were hooting and hollering. They were cheering. They cheered more for that joke than they cheered anything. And then when he told that black woman to leave and he was saying all those things about her, the crowd was just cheering. Listen to how happy they are. Listen to how happy they are. They were acting like they were at the fucking Super Bowl because this is how they really feel. On television, they act different. Politically, they act different. Socially, that's the true them. Fake allies. Bullshit. And I ask this, would George Lopez ever get them balls when it was a W? You think if that lady's name was Karen or Kim or Becky or Beth, he'd be sitting there calling her the B word? Fuck no. He'd have shut his ass up and he'd have sat the fuck down. He'd have said, ma'am, please, it's okay. All of a sudden, when it's a sister, he comes out talking that bullshit. And then he says, well, it was just a joke. The way you was talking wasn't a joke. The way that crowd was cheering wasn't a joke. There was a whole lot of truth in that joke. Y'all weren't cheering that loud. I mean, they was hooting and hollering. They was screaming at the top of their lungs about that shit. They acted like they was having a great time because they thought they were in a space where the cameras weren't rolling. They thought they were in a space just like in their house, just like when them doors closed, just like when all them fake allies get exposed. They thought they were in a space where they could say what they want to say. They didn't think anybody was watching. Yeah, the cameras was rolling. And that's why they were so happy. It's the same way whenever they beat a black athlete. Anytime they beat a black athlete at anything, they jump up and down. I remember my brother saying, somebody beat Serena Williams. My brother was like, nah, that ain't about tennis. You could see clearly it was about race. They were just, yes, I won, damn you. They beat each other, it's cool. When it comes to us, they trip, because that's how they really feel. Then he says, why can't you take a joke? Didn't sound like it was a joke. They hide behind jokes, they hide behind humor, they hide behind sports, all of that to flex their anti-black racism. They can't just be overt with it because they know there's going to be a time where they're going to need black folks and they're going to have to lie on that kumbaya shit. So they try to mask it and disguise it. It's all about disguise. So George Lopez, man, fuck dude. But on some real shit, yeah, he was calling for security. Come on, remove her. Get out of here. Because he know on some face-to-face shit, he don't want no smoke with that sister. Guarantee you that shit, his ass would have been getting removed. Know that. So spare the games, spare the lies, the trick bags, the cons. That shit ain't gonna work. Don't even waste your fucking time. You cannot trick us. B1s, we stay on it. Now the counterfeits and the bootlicks, you can have them. They gone. They for free. They easy. All you gotta do is wink at them and they out the door. They'll fold up. B1s, we've been calling this shit out for years. We've been saying that these fake allies ain't real. We've been saying that these fake allies is trying to game us. And you had black folks in the 60s and the 70s saying that. Master teacher John Henry Clark, he was saying it, you heard it in the beginning. If you want a friend, look in the mirror. And that's where we've been looking ever since. And when you look in that direction, everything is good. When you look away from it, everything is bad. FBAs, we've been on it. Every certified black man and woman in the world know how things play out. We know the time, the money, the effort, the resources they put into just trying to trick us. Because that's what they have to do. If somebody has to trick you, they know they can't beat you. Because that's why they got to resort to trickery. We're the only group on the planet the motherfuckers got to trick. What kind of shit is it? Hey, you trying to trick somebody. This ain't recess. But they got to do that because they know eye to eye, face to face, that ain't what they want. That ain't what they want. And we've been saying it for years. We've seen past the kumbaya. We've seen past the fake images. We know when they get on TV, they put their teeth all in the camera, they smiling, trying to act like they are friends. And we know when they walk right the fuck away, they saying all types of names. They talking all types of dirt. We know that shit. And it don't work on us. There's nothing they hate more than when they trying to say, hey man, we're friends, ain't we? Yeah. And then they come across us and we be giving them the cold shoulder. And you ever see the look when you do that? Everybody, you probably been at your job and seen somebody from another group trying to play that kumbaya shit and you ain't going for it. And then they realize that you ain't going for it. And then they get that, I don't know what the fuck is going on look on their face. They freeze up. They be like, okay. Because they're used to getting away with that shit with all the counterfeits. But when they run into a certified and we reject that shit, once again, they a fish out of water. I seen that shit time and time again. And every year they come out with some new story, some shit that we've been known, we've been said, but nobody wants to acknowledge. They got some new story coming out. Well, you know that racism is on the rise, right? You know anti-blackness is on the rise. Shit we've been saying. They got a story that just came out the other day. Matter of fact, let me play it. And you're going to be like, damn, shit, we cashed that race receipt a long time ago. Glad the world can catch up. But check it out. Listen.
Are we seeing a rise in white nationalists among Hispanics? A new report in Axios cites two prominent figures who have been in the headlines lately who could be helping to expand white nationalism among Hispanics and Latinos. Nick Fuentes, who identifies as a white supremacist despite having a father who is half Mexican-American, organizes the right-wing conference CPAC and also attended the Unite the Right rally in 2017. And the former leader of the Proud Boys, Cuban-American Enrique Tarrio, who was just arrested and charged last week with conspiracy for his alleged role in the January 6th attack. Other lesser-known examples are Alex Michael Ramos, a Puerto Rican resident of Georgia, who was also sentenced to 6 years in prison for beating a black man in Charlottesville after the Unite the Right rally in 2017.
Y'all heard that? We've been saying that shit for years. We've been seeing that shit for years. Ain't nothing new. Ain't nothing new under the sun. They could sit here right now and try to come up with some study because that's what they do. They try to make new studies sound like it's new information or new studies are new actions. Nah, that's just some shit you finally wrote, but it's something we've been saying forever. Get the fuck out of here. You talking about, is it true? Is it true? Goddamn right it's true. You ever heard of George Zimmerman? And then you got people like AOC who get on TV and say, well, we should include reparations for my community as well. And her community plays that same game right there. That ain't no ally. And the best way to do that, take your motherfucking door, slam that shit shut, and say, no new friends, stay outside. I got some data for you. It's called life. So you can try to come up with any motherfucking study or news story you got. In life, we done been had the motherfucking answer. Damn, it don't stop. We can sit here right now and pull out a whole fucking list because every single day there's a non-FBA person trying to pretend to be FBA, trying to pretend to be down with FBA, trying to pretend to be friends with FBA, and in the meantime, they trying to steal us, rob us, and hijack us. Every day. Every day it goes on. I mean, you'd run out of stories if you kept up. Look how many we've listed. Matter of fact, here's another one. While we sitting here talking, here's another one. Did y'all see the director of Black Panther? I think his name is Ryan Coogler or some shit like that. Did you see what happened to him? The guy goes to the bank and they called the police on him and tried to say he was a bank robber. And the police came. This is very similar to swatting. This is what's happening now. This is a new trend and a new wave. Black folks out here, you going to the bank, be very careful. Be very careful. It's the same way when you sitting in your house and you're having some tea and all of a sudden the damn SWAT team comes in your house like they did to our brother Tariq. This is what they do. They got to find new ways to come after foundational Black Americans. This is what I'm talking about. This is all a reflection of us being on code. When we weren't on code, they didn't have to do this. This is why they're coming up with all these extravagant ways. Got to call in SWATs and got to call bank robbers on people. Bank robber. What's this, the fucking Wild Wild West? This is all a result of us being on code. Trust me, when you're on code, the target gets bigger, the tricks get bigger, the cons get bigger, the misdirection all becomes more potent. And that's what we're living in. So Black folks, when you're out there, be careful. We stay on it 24/7, but stay on that shit 25/8. That's an extra hour and an extra day because the game has rose and the ante has been upped. This is what they're doing. So when you're going to get your money, when you're going to the school to pick up your kids, when you're going to work, stay G'd up because this is how they're coming at us now. That's what happened to this brother right here. And guess who called the police? Guess who? It was a non-FBA Black woman. Yup, non-FBA. Everybody was kind of skeptical, like, I wonder who called the police. And they was like, oh, it was a Black woman. And then we said, okay, where's she from? No, where her people from? And then guess what? We all found out this was another non-FBA tether who's trying to score points with the dominant society by harming another Black person. Because all these fake allies, they understand one thing. If you come down hard on Black folks, the dominant society got a cookie for you. And they love their W cookies. So they do whatever they can to come down on us. Listen to this bullshit.
Yeah, so I just told my manager I didn't feel comfortable. So he told me to call police while he just stalled.
What is on the note, ma'am?
It just says I want to withdraw $12,000. Just be discreet.
Is this an actual customer, or are they trying to rob the bank?
They had a debit card and he inserted it. He gave me a California ID, but I was like, okay. How do you want the cash back? And he's like, just look at the note.
And he had no weapons, correct?
Not that I know of. He just has on black sunshades and a black hat.
Is he a black male, white male?
He's a black male.
Listen to that shit. Listen, you can hear her trying to sound like a Karen. It's so sad that Karen on the phone wasn't believing her. The Karen on the phone is like, who is this guy? Did he have a note? Did he have a weapon? What did he have? And she said, he had this and he had that. He had black shades on and a black hat. Okay. It's just like Trayvon Martin had a hoodie on then too. You can hear the non-FBA tether. You can hear the fake ally. You can hear the I want to be a Karen in that motherfucker talking. Straight up and down. If you listen to that, the damn non-FBA tether sounded more like the Karen than the Karen did on the phone. Straight up, because they both low budget as hell. Man, get the fuck out of here. Let me say this. With non-FBA Black women like that, who the fuck needs a Karen? All that is another I want to be a Karen. And she's treating Black folks the same way that a Karen would. That's it. It's the same exact game. She's a copycat Karen. That's it. And speaking of copycat Karens, I got another one for you. Here's a copycat Ken. And with a motherfucker like this guy I'm about to mention, who the fuck needs a Ken? Y'all seen that dude, what's his name, DJ Academic? Yeah. He's out here running around spewing hate on foundational Black Americans because he's another non-FBA tether who wants to come into our culture that we created and try to have some voice, but really all he does is he spews a lot of toxic bullshit about FBAs.
I'm gonna be honest with you. And other immigrants, they go crazy. Only people who I be see chilling, a lot of the Black Americans, they be in there cooling like this is a chill out. And I don't fault them because it's a mentality thing. I've been talking to people about that. It's like, as an immigrant, you feel like you just have to do it. You just have to do it. A lot of people go to college to chill, to get girls. And I watched what everybody else did, and I seen the battery that was in my back, and you got to figure this shit out. I wasn't about to leave college until I figured it out. And as I look at graduation rates, I definitely look to people who are who are like African American and born here, and I wish they had that that fire that I see some of the immigrants have.
But guys like this, usually them is the ones who get ran the fuck up off the block, and we'll make sure we do a good ass story on it when it happens. Trust and believe. So those are more fake allies. Listen what we just did. One after one after one, another after another after another. Man, there ain't nothing but a bunch of fake allies out here. We see these motherfuckers consistently, constantly. And B1s, certified Blacks, we spot them, we got them, we know where they at. And when they got to deal with us, they get an energy they ain't used to. They ain't used to it. They used to getting away with a lot of slimy little slick shit, But when they run into a B1, they get the same treatment that everybody gets. Real shit. So in other words, translation, clear English, that motherfucker a bum. And you see all the capers. You can tell who the counterfeits are because the counterfeits are the ones who fall for this shit. You got D.L. Hughley out here, ultra caping for Kim Kardashian. Taraji P. Henson out here talking about some Jussie Smollett's Emmett Till. They done all lost their motherfucking mind. And it's good to be the only real ones in the room. It's good to be the most thorough in the room. And us FBA B1s, we the folks keeping the lights on. We the ones who ain't got to compromise for nothing. We the ones who ain't got to change up, ain't got to twist it. We stay true to ourselves, and just being ourselves still keep us winning. Love it. So that's the moral of the story. Same games. FBA, Foundational Black Americans, we got to be in it for ourselves because we all we got. Everyone always says we all we got, and it couldn't be more true than right now because we sent shockwaves throughout the country. Look how mad people get when we start claiming ourselves. Remember, all this hate, all this jealousy, it's all based on us identifying our own. Soon as we start saying FBA, soon as we start saying B1, Certified Black Society, everybody started tripping. Everybody. When we was African American and we was Negro or colored folk, man, they was cool as fuck. They ain't say shit. Soon as we said B1, soon as we said FBA, Freedmen, man, they couldn't fucking sit still. And they shook right now. And they gonna stay shaking because this is our era right here and we ain't gonna fold. This ain't no march for a few weeks, march for a few days, go home, protest, take a nap, fuck that. B1s is in the building. We ain't in the streets putting Black Lives Matter up. We out here affecting real change. We're pushing real policies, real tangibles, and we won't quit till we get it. I said on our Twitter space the other day, I said, this is a beautiful time to be alive if you FBA. If there's ever a time that was great to be alive as a foundational Black American, that time is right now. Said it in a minute, stand by it, stand on it. Because B1s, the code, the culture is actually here. It ain't something people are talking about. It ain't something that we wishing and we hoping. We all remember them days, but them days is gone. And the same way we know them days is here, everyone else does. So we expect them to throw everything at us. But here's the key. They keep throwing things at us and that shit ain't working. They throwing shit at us every day and it's bouncing off. They've literally sent every group after us. There's not a group out here, I'm talking about from the damn tethers to the distractors to the trolls. There isn't a group out here that isn't trying to disrupt us. Everyone, every day there's a new one. And they ain't getting no traction. They can't take this nowhere because we too strong for that. And that's the beauty of being B1, but more importantly, that's the beauty of being on code. And that's the beauty of having no friends, just fam. And that's why we're in the position we're in, and that's why nobody can keep up with us, because we moving this along. As we say, the B1 train cannot be stopped. The B1 brigade cannot be stopped. And anybody who thinks otherwise is gonna be sadly motherfucking mistaken. Sadly. And that's why we're on the road to reparations. That's why we're on the road to plenty more things. And by the way, Reparations Roundtable, our Twitter space, check it out. Swing over to Kid Gravity. Make sure y'all subscribe to him. He got a lot of great content. We're going to keep on pushing. The first one was huge. The next one's going to be even bigger. And I appreciate the love. There was so much energy, so much intellectual thoughts, so much good dialogue between black folks. I loved it. And I got to say this. A lot of those Twitter spaces, they be in there wasting time, having pointless debates. They be inviting trolls on there, doing everything you ain't supposed to be doing. You ain't supposed to be having no pointless debates with trolls. You falling right into the hands of the dominant society. They want you to be in there fighting people and arguing and bickering and fussing. There is enough bickering, arguing, and fussing in the world that we don't need to get on Twitter and have a debate, okay? Okay, we can focus on getting things done. And that's the issue. When we got opportunities and we got platforms to get things done, folks is wasting time and fussing. Precious time, too. And y'all know, you may waste a lot of things in your life and get it back, but you can't get your time back. So we damn sure ain't wasting that, and we damn sure ain't wasting it on no troll. And I had so many people come through and tell me how much they loved our space. They said it was the best one that they've seen. They said they was in this space and people were arguing. They just left that space and people were bickering, fussing, cussing, doing all types of things and not talking solutions. But ours was real. I had people contact me personally and say, when we gonna do it again? And we're gonna do it again. The first one was big. The second one's gonna be even bigger because this is about well-minded people. And we're not falling into no traps. We're not falling for no games. We're gonna be black first, black only, just black, and we're gonna get to the solutions. Because no, these W's, they want nothing more than for you to be arguing instead of getting to solutions. For you to be arguing instead of getting to the money. For you to be arguing instead of getting the tangibles. For you to be arguing instead of unifying. and we're not on that page. So I appreciate everybody who came through, all the kind words, and everyone who loved that space, because that's how we designed it. We designed it for real, like-minded, strong-minded black folks who ain't about arguing, but are about handling business. So as things move along and black empowerment gets stronger and stronger and stronger, that is more of a case for us to stay to each other, keep to our goddamn selves, and no new friends. We ain't got no allies anyway. All we got is a bunch of fakers who pretend to be allies. And let me tell you something, whether they pretend or they're being sincere, we don't want them either fucking way. You can be serious, you can be joking, you can be playing, but your ass is gonna be away from us. And we know what it is. We know exactly what it is. We know all the games and we know all the tricks. That's what they hate about us. There ain't a damn thing they can pull that we don't see through. We be seeing through their ass like they plexiglass. Off top, that's what FBA specialize in, calling out bullshit. That's the beauty of being real. That's the facts. When you are true and you see shit the real way, nothing can stop you, and that's why we cannot be stopped. I mean, look at the term ally. Ally is the fakest term in the American language. And you only hear the term ally when it's used against black people. Think about it, for real, really think about it. Have you ever heard the term ally used for other groups amongst themselves? I've never seen it. I've never seen one group over here talk to another group over there and say we allies. Only time you ever hear the term ally is during war, when they're talking about NATO or the United Nations, or when somebody's trying to fool foundational black Americans. That's it. Now, this is a big ass planet, all right? There's 7 billion people on Earth, all right? 365 days a year. And you only hear the term ally used twice for war and for black people? Damn. That lets you know that the anti-black war is exactly what I said it is. It's the only war that matters. It's the one war that lasts longer than every other one. It's the one war that lasts beyond all dictators, all conflicts, all resolutions, all solutions, all nations. The anti-black war is the only persistent and consistent war on the planet. And that's why the term ally only gets used in global conflicts and in domestic trick bags. Straight up. You ain't ever gonna see him get on TV and say, I'm an ally of the dominant society. I'm an ally of the immigrants. You don't ever hear that, but you hear, I'm your ally, black person. Come fight for me. We're allies, aren't we? We could be, shouldn't we? That's it. The only time you ever hear that term come out somebody's mouth is when they're trying to pull one on us. That's it, because that is a term to misdirect us. Everything is about misdirection. That's why you gotta learn how to train your eyes. Train your eyes. If you got a trained eye, you're gonna go far in life. If you cannot see shit, your ass gonna get stopped at the door. Point blank. As a matter of fact, the term coalition, you only hear the term coalition when it comes to war, when it comes to NATO, when it comes to the United Nations, or you hear the term coalition when they're trying to fool black folks. Ally and coalition are two military terms that you only hear used in military events or in anti-black racism. They got terms for us that they only use in global conflicts. Ain't that a motherfucker? They'll say, we got a military coalition to fight wars, a military coalition to stop dictators, to fight evil empires, to fight terror. We have a military coalition. Patriotic justice, eagle justice. It's comprised of 5 different nations. And then they'll say, we also have a coalition of POCs, minorities, and black and brown, and all that's to steal shit from black Americans. Boy, rent free. That lets you know the level we're on, the fact that the dominant society has to use war terminology to reference us. They got to go into their war and their global conflict bag to identify us. That lets you know that there's a war going on right now with us too. Only difference is one makes the paper, one stays in their head. One is overt, one is covert. But when you're a foundational black American B1 certified BLACK, then you already know it don't matter how much they present it, we see through it. Man, the whole world knows how to play fake friend to black folks. Everybody, because they rely on our labor. And the quickest, fastest, easiest way to get our labor is to throw an arm around us and say hi. Hi, friend. We all in this together. We buddies. That's the quickest way because they need our labor. And you ain't gonna come at a motherfucker and whip them. That's old. That's old, trying to enslave people and get them to do your dirty work. Now they realize we can just manipulate them. We can take that buddy complex and just manipulate that shit. So they understand the quickest way to get us to do something or to get something from us, just play fake friend. Play fake friend, and a lot of black folks will do it for free. Do it for free, unfortunately, and that's why they hate us, because we don't play them games. As a matter of fact, we turn the tide on the motherfuckers. We say, motherfucker, you do something. Instead of them coming over here saying, you're lazy, we say, motherfucker, you lazy. They're saying, well, you don't work hard, motherfucker, you ran from your country. They don't like that shit being tossed back at them, and we throwing these motherfuckers back like football passes. You feel me? So they get all in their coon feelings, and they gonna stay in their coon feelings because B1 ain't going nowhere. Know that, bet that, believe that. So the era of the fake friend, the buddy complex, the one-sided relationship, that's over. That's gone. That's old. FBA, we've done like we always do. We done changed that up. And they know what it is. They don't want no smoke. They don't want no smoke. We done went down that G-check list and we done ran them out. You see it, one by one by one. Anybody who's coming on that bullshit, one-sided, funny style, we done got them the fuck up out of here. I mean, look what's going on right now with the Ukraine. You see how they're trying to hide and talk around all the anti-black racism in the Ukraine? They are purposely trying to go over that. They don't want to address that because FBA, B1s, we done sat back and said, them folks ain't got our back. They ain't riding with us. It's evidently clear how they feel about black people, so we're going to go ahead and sit this one out. Yeah, we'll be over there. We got our popcorn pop. We just going to watch that shit on TV. Yeah, so they're trying to talk around all that anti-black racism, and I'm seeing just regular FBAs. Regular, certified black folks saying, nope, I ain't into it. Don't ask me shit. That's y'all problem. That's a W on W issue, and I'm going to see myself out the fucking door. That's it. And that's how it's supposed to be, and that's how you're supposed to handle these situations. So they try to talk around all that anti-black racism in the Ukraine because it doesn't fit the narrative of we're all friends. Black folks go help them. Nope. And once that we're all friends shit is exposed, they lose everything. And now all the shit that they steal from us, they got to go get it on their own. They can't rely on us no more. Trust me, fam. They rely on foundational black Americans to go get them everything. They rely on us to help them, to assist them, to fight for them. And once we remove ourselves from the situation, they crumble. Black folks don't even understand. We could simply get change right now if we just removed ourselves. Think about everything that they exploit us at, and think about removing yourself from them situations and how fucked up they be when we gone. When we out the game and we say, nope, popcorn, I'm out. I don't give a fuck. That's y'all problem. That's y'all issue. When we do that, all these other groups got to go get it on their own. And to be quite frank with your family, these other groups ain't built like that. They ain't strong enough. The only group that can provide for theirself is FBA. Everyone else needs our help to get they shit popping. How do you know? Because they come in our spaces and they hijack our shit. They wouldn't have to do that if they can get it on their own. If they can get it on their own, why they got to hijack ours? Why would you have to come over here if you can get it on your own? So the very fact that they got to come in our zone is confirmation that we on some other shit. It's confirmation that we're the strongest ones. We ain't got to go to their spot and hijack something. Name me one time FBA has ever went somewhere else and hijacked another person's movement. We ain't never got to do that to get tangibles. We go get it on our own. These other groups don't think like that. They don't think that, man, let me get up and go get it. They think, where's FBA at? Where's FBA? Oh, FBA's over there? Let me go get next to them so I can steal what they got. They don't have that me first mentality. They don't have that independent mentality. They don't have that I'm gonna get it out the mud mentality. Only mentality they have is to steal the shit from ours, is to take the shit from our plate. And when we take our plate and we say you can't have none, they like a fish out of water. The same people who always gotta rely on us, when they gotta rely on themselves, they all fold. They all fold because they are not built like B1s. Trust me, the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. We done all seen it. I ain't seen one of these groups ever go out there and get any type of social justice. Fuck no. Even the little rallies and marches they have, they steal from us. They be out there talking about power to the people. Man, that's an FBA term. That's an FBA term. No justice, no peace. Man, that's an FBA term. You ever look at any of these little fake rallies they put together? Man, that shit is straight up copied from us. They can't even rally without stealing from us. They protest look like ours. What Jay-Z say? Fuck the flow, y'all jacking our slang. These motherfuckers is jacking our slang. You know it's bad when you gotta steal our words and how we talk. Not only do they try to steal our reparations and steal our resources, these motherfuckers is stealing our style. That's a damn shame. That's a damn shame. So that's why the buddy complex is gone, and it's really gone when B1 step into the building. Professor James Smalls, he put it best. He said, a lot of black folks have been brainwashed to think the world is one big family, when everyone else thinks what's mine is mine and what yours is mine if I can take it. That's why, if you've ever noticed, black folks will go to these other groups' rallies to help them. These other groups come to our rallies to steal from us. That is a universal play. That is the universal play. These motherfuckers ain't friends, they're ops. And the difference with B1s is we treat them like they're ops. We don't have ops that we treat like friends. We don't have ops that we treat like fam. We don't have ops that we treat like comrades. No, a motherfucking op gonna get treated like an op. Straight up and down. And that's how we deal with them. That right there is how you win the game. How you win the game. So they can get on TV any day of the week and tell us to care about the Ukraine and care about that group and that conflict. Shit that don't concern us. Never. Never. And remember, like I said, they rely on our empowerment. Our empowerment is like gas. It fuels the whole fucking country. That's why every single thing you see has FBA fingerprints. From the inventions to building this country to social change. Everything runs through us. And if we just took it and kept it to ourselves, got a little stingy and real black independent, man, things would change overnight. So in other words, it's be one or nothing, be one and done, and be one above everybody. No new friends. All right, y'all. This, as usual, has been another episode of the Black AlphaCast. I appreciate everybody for stopping by. Make sure you share this video. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. And make sure you stay black first, black only, and just black. Because when we on that wave and we stay on that time, we are undefeated. And that's the best part about being on code. When you're on code, everything sorts itself out. When you're on code, everything falls into place. And right now, everything's falling into place. And it ain't no accident. And it ain't no coincidence. All the change we're creating, all the action we're taking, and all the movements we're pushing is because we're on the same page, we're on the same wave, the same frequency. And when a bunch of B1 certified blacks get on the same line, there's only one thing they can do, and that's cut the check. Bet that. All right, y'all. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the passion. Y'all know this B1 train don't stop for nobody. Never have and never will. I want y'all to stay safe out there. Hold each other down. We're going to keep building, keep working, keep grinding, and we're going to keep on cashing these race receipts. Race regulator style. This is Black Alpha Network. I salute you, and never forget, black is beautiful and beautiful is black. Till next time.